Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel Crack Economics and Statistics. This is Professor Atman Shah. I teach economics at St. Xavier's College, Ahmedabad, India. In this video, I'm going to discuss the idea of theory of absolute cost advantage given by Adam Smith. To find more videos on economics, statistics, and SPSS, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Let's begin with the introduction. Adam Smith and other classical economists were in the favor of free trade. So according to them, the free flow of goods and services between nations lead to mutually beneficial international trade. Adam Smith says that the international trade between two nations is based on the absolute cost advantage. Now, what do we mean by absolute cost advantage? One nation is more efficient in the production of one commodity, and second nation is more efficient in the production of another commodity due to any reason, due to climate conditions, geographical area, division of labor. So suppose India is more efficient in the production of tea but less efficient in the production of car. Now India is more efficient in the production of tea because of climate conditions, because of geographical areas, because of the workers. Here we are not going into the reasons for absolute cost advantage. And suppose Germany is more efficient in the production of car and less efficient in the production of tea. Assume that we have only two nations and two commodities. So here we have two nations, India and Germany, and two commodities, tea and car. According to this theory, India has an absolute advantage in the production of tea, and Germany has an absolute advantage in the production of car. So both the nations would be better off if they specialize in the production of the commodity of its absolute advantage. So here, if India specializes in the production of tea and export this to Germany, and Germany has an absolute advantage in the production of car, so Germany will specialize in the production of this commodity and export it to India. So this international trade is mutually beneficial. India and Germany both would be better off after entering into international trade, and this trade is free. There is no restriction on the free flow of goods and services between the nations. So nations don't produce both the commodities. As we know, the resources of the nation are limited. So nations don't produce both the commodities. It produces the commodity in which he is most efficient, according to this theory, according to Adam Smith. Now let's understand the theory of, with numerical example. What is the definition? Nation specializes in the commodity in which he has the absolute advantage and export it to another nation. So suppose we have two nations, India and Japan, and two commodities, tea and pen. Now we are understanding this theory formally with numerical example. So we have two nations, India and Japan, and we have two commodities, tea and pen, and we assume that there is a free trade between these two nations. So this table shows the production of both the commodities in both the nations. So you can easily say that India can produce 8 units of tea and 4 units of pen with 8 hours of labor. This shows that production with the help of 8 hours of labor. So India can produce 8 units of tea and 4 units of pen. Japan can produce 1 unit of tea and 6 units of pen with 8 hours of labor. So India is more efficient in the production of tea, which means that India has an absolute advantage in the production of tea because India is more efficient. Similarly, Japan is more efficient in the production of pen, which means that Japan has an absolute advantage in this in the production of pen. So India specializes in the production of tea and export it to Japan. Similarly, Japan specializes in the production of pen and export it to India. So according to Adam Smith, or according to this theory, India has an absolute advantage in the production of tea, and therefore India will specialize in it and export this commodity to Japan. Similarly, Japan has an absolute advantage in the production of pen, and therefore Japan will specialize in the production of pen and export it to India. And this trade is mutually beneficial for both the nations. Now, domestic exchange rate plays a vital role when we decide whether this international trade is mutually beneficial or not. So you can see in the table, India at home. What is the condition of India at home? If India wants to produce 1 unit of tea, it has to give up 0.5 units of pen. So with 8 hours of labor work, India can either produce 1 unit of tea or 0.5 units of pens. So this means that if India wants to produce 1 unit of tea at home, it has to give up 0.5 units of pen. Now we know that India specializes in the production of tea. So India will enter into international trade if it gets more than 0.5 units of pens for 1 unit of tea. Because at home, India can produce 0.5 units of tea for 1 unit of tea. So India will enter into international trade if India gets more than 0.5 units of pen for 1 unit of tea. Similarly, Japan has to give up 1 unit of tea to produce 6 units of pens. So with 8 hours of labor work, Japan can produce either 1 unit of tea or 6 units of pen. We know that Japan specializes in the production of pen. So Japan will enter into international trade if it has to give up less than 6 units of pens for 1 unit of tea. Because at home, he has to give up 6 units of pens to produce 1 unit of tea. So it will be beneficial for Japan to enter into international trade if it has to give up less than 6 units of pens for 1 unit of tea. So the international exchange rate is determined between these two domestic exchange rates. The domestic exchange rate of India and domestic exchange rate of Japan. So international exchange rate is determined between these two domestic exchange rates. And you know the conditions when will India and Japan enter into international trade. India will enter into international trade if it gets more than 0.5 units of pen for 1 unit of tea. Similarly, Japan will enter into international trade if it has to give up less than 6 units of pen for 1 unit of tea. Suppose international exchange rate is 1 tea is equal to 4 pence. We assume that you can assume any exchange rate between these two exchange rates. So we can assume 1 tea is equal to 3 pence, or 1 tea is equal to 2 pence. Any exchange rate between these two you can assume and find the benefits of both the nations. So here I assume that the exchange rate, international exchange rate, is 1 tea is equal to 4 pence. Now what is the benefit of India? At home, if India wants to produce 0.5 units of pens, it has to give up 1 unit of tea. Now after entering into international trade, India gets 4 units of pens from Japan. We know that India exports tea to Japan and imports pen from Japan, right? Now, at home, India can produce 0.5 units of pens for 1 unit of tea. But after entering into international trade, India gets 4 units of pens from Japan. What is the benefit of India? 4 pens minus 0.5 pens, which is equal to 3.5 units of pen. So India is now getting 3.5 units of pen more from Japan. So this is the benefit of India due to international trade. Similarly, at home, if Japan wants to produce 1 unit of tea, it has to give up 6 units of pen. But now, after entering into international trade, Japan is giving up only 4 units of pen. The benefit of Japan is 6 units of pen minus 4 units of pen, that is equal to 2 units of pen. So this shows that the international trade, which is based on the absolute cost advantage, is mutually beneficial. Both the nations are now better off. Both the nations are now gaining more commodities after entering into international trade. And keep in mind that this international trade is free. So India is not imposing any tariff or quota on the pens that that is imported from Japan. And similarly, Japan is also not imposing any tariff or quota on the tea that is importing from India. There is a free flow of pen and tea between these two nations, and therefore this free international trade leads to higher benefits for both the nations. So this is how we can explain the idea of absolute cost advantage. You can calculate the benefit if international exchange rate is 1 unit of tea is equal to 2.5 units of pens, right? So if you like this video, kindly comment, like and share it with others. If you have any questions, you can write in the comment section. I will try to answer your queries. And don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, Crack Economics and Statistics. Thank you.